Good morning, students. I had already sent you this lesson, that is the birth and the spread of Islam. So in this lesson, you have studied about the birth of Islam, the 5 pillars of Islam, and the central teachings of Islam. Today in this video, I am going to teach you about the Muhammad's successors and the spread of Islam. As you can see that after Muhammad's death, that is 632 AD, no one could legitimately claim to be the next prophet of Islam. So according to the tribe custom, a Muslim community elected a leader whose name was Abu Bakr, a loyal friend of Muhammad. In 632, Abu Bakr became the first caliph, a title that means successor or deputy. Rightly guided caliphs Abu Bakr and the next 3 elected caliphs, Umar, Uthman and Ali, had known Muhammad. So they used the Quran and the Muhammad's teachings to spread the Islam. So for this, it is rightly known as the rightly guided caliphs. So their rule was called as Caliphate. Abu Bakr invoked jihad. He stressed on jihad to encourage the and justify the expansion of Islam. He wanted to spread the Islam. So the word jihad means what? Striving or to struggle hard, and can refer to the inner struggle against evil. However, the word is also used in the Quran to mean an armed struggle against unbelievers who don't believe the Islam religion, so it was a struggle against them. So when Abu Bakr died in 634, the Muslim state controlled whole of Arabia. Under Umar, the second caliph, and Muslim armies conquered Syria and the Lower Egypt, which were part of the Byzantine Empire. They also took parts of the Sassanid Empire. So here you can see in the column the sects of Islam. The Sunnis, who form the majority of Muslims the world over, recognize the succession of Prophet Muhammad to Abu Bakr to the next 3 caliphs. The Shishtis are followers of Ali, Muhammad's son-in-law. The Sufis and the Ismails and the Wahhabis are the other important sects. Okay. Now you understand. Now the next topic is the Umayyad Dynasty. The Umayyads was the first great Muslim dynasty to rule the empire of the Caliphate in the year from years AD 661 to 750 AD. So sometimes it is referred to as the Arab Kingdom also. So under Abd al-Malik, the Umayyad Caliphate reached its peak. So Muslims armies had conquered Spain in the west, invaded Mukran and Sindh in India. While in Central Asia, they conquered Bukhara, Samarkand, Fargana and Tashkent. In an extensive program of Arabization, Arabic became the official state language. The financial administration of the empire was reorganized now with the replacing the Persian and the Greek officials, and a new Arabic coinage replaced the earlier coins. So communications also improved with the introduction of a regular post services also. So here you can see that Damascus to the provincial capitals and the architecture started flourishing. Vigorous religious and political opposition to the Umayyad Caliphate led to its downfall. So at the last they were overthrown by the next dynasty in the year 750, and the next group of dynasty came up, that was Abbasids. Next dynasty which came up, that was Abbasid dynasty. Islamic culture started to evolve under the Umayyads, but it grew to maturity in the first century of the Abbasid dynasty. To solidify the power, Abbasids moved the capital from the empire to a newly city which was known as Baghdad in central Iraq. The location on the key trade routes gave the caliphs access to trade routes and information about the far-flung empire. So the Abbasids developed a strong bureaucracy to conduct the huge empire affairs. So treasury kept track of the money flow and a special department was introduced to increase the business of the country. So diplomats from empire were also sent to the court of Europe, Asia, Africa to conduct business. To support this bureaucracy, the Abbasid taxed land, imports and exports and non-Muslims' wealth. So under the Abbasid rulers, there was a significant growth of new towns and great wealth. So these towns flourished because of the trade in the seas. The Arab ships known as dhows carried goods from Asia to Europe and Africa. All the profit which got from trade was used to construct beautiful buildings, mosques, hospitals and schools. So there was an increase in the handicraft production also. In the cities, artisans made furnitures, glassware jewelry and beautiful carpets which were exported. So within a short period of 110 years, you can see that Islam has already spread from the Byzantine Empire to other parts of the world. Spread of Islam through trade. So after the 7th century AD, Arabia became the center of trade and exchanged the goods to other countries like Persia, Egypt, Romans, Greeks and Mesopotamia. Now Baghdad, the Arab capital, became the highly rich city. So the Abbasids controlled the trade routes through the Mediterranean Sea, which link Europe with India and China. So later the Ottomans imposed many restrictions on the Europeans for the trade. So until 1453, you can see that trade remained fully in the hands of the Arabs. So the items traded included honey and furs from Russia, slaves and ivory from Africa, and silk, jewels and spices from the east. So all these were traded through the Arab routes. So through these trade contacts, even Islam religion also started spreading to those countries. Okay, now we are going to study about the impact of Islam on literature. So as Arabic became the official language, it was replaced by the Greek language. So you can see that Persian language also came to be associated with the Islam. It continued to retain its hold. Among the first passionate patrons of the learning, you can see that they got translated the Greek and the Indian literary works into Arabic languages. In the process, the Indian decimal place notation system and the zero passed into the hands of Arabs. So this was later on fully developed and used by the Europeans. So thus the concept of zero and the decimal system was learned by the world from India through Arabs. Islamic architecture. So Islamic architecture has a wide range of both secular and the religious styles from the foundation of the Islam to the present day. So influencing the design and construction of the buildings and the structures which are like spheres of Islamic culture. It is quite different from that of Romans and Greeks. So the principal architectures type of Islamic architecture are the mosque, the tombs, the palace and the fort. So students, you understood this lesson? So students, you understood the rise and spread of Islam? Okay, today I have completed the lesson. So I am going to recall the points, whatever I have taught you today. So the first four successors of Muhammad, known as rightly guided caliphs. The Umayyads was the first great Muslim dynasty to rule the empire of Caliphate. Islamic culture started to evolve around under the Umayyads, but it grew its maturity in the first century of Abbasid dynasty. Okay, students. So I am going to ask few questions to you which you are going to answer. The first question, who became the first caliph? The second one, explain the term rightly guided caliphs. The third one, name the two dynasties under which Islamic culture flourished and developed. The fourth one, what is the principal architectural types of Islam? The fifth one, name the great poets of the Islamic world. So you are going to answer these questions. Thank you, children.